GoGriffins.com, powered by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Your first choice, the right choice.
This GSI Griffin Sports Update brought to you by Uncle D's Sports Bar and Grill. Griffin Sports Insider exclusive in Kansas City for MIAA Football Media Day. We're with head football coach Jerry Partridge. You've just made the rounds to like 14 different radio stations answering the same questions. How's Media Day for you?
It's fun because you get the feel for everybody thinks about you, and it's interesting to see the comparisons how people feel. But there's a lot of answering the same questions, and the double-edged sword of losing 5 linemen and that kind of thing. And but it's over, and now it's time to get started.
As far as what people think about you, number 1 in the coaches poll, tied for first with Northwest, and number 2 in the media poll, same amount as first place votes as Northwest, but just behind him by a few votes. Forever linked with Northwest, but you guys are both at the top.
Well, they deserve to be at the top. I mean, they've been there for whatever it is, 15 out of 17 years. They've been in the playoffs. So until somebody knocks them off of that, that's what they're going to be. And
the Griffins did beat them last year for the MIAA title.
Yeah, but it's. I think we got a little of that. The last year champion love that happens, which was interesting to see if it was going to happen or not. I mean, potentially if it didn't happen, then yeah, you can see it as a slight. But I don't know whether it deserved to be there or not. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I appreciate the love that the coaches and the media gave us, but it's not going to count when we go to Warrensburg the first game. And Central Missouri wants to beat us, and we want to beat them, and now it's a matter of just going to play.
It's a situation where you did lose a lot of talent. We talked about the 5 senior O-linemen that you lost last year. You got 2 guys in the NFL, and Michael Hill and David Bass. But that being said, championship teams develop depth, and that's what wins championships. And you had a lot of depth last year. I just don't think a lot of people realize that. A lot of depth that's maybe coming back.
We had a lot of kids that got to play in blowout games, especially those last 3 or 4 of those last games. And in the middle too, we had some games where we're up big, and we put our depth in, and they'd make some mistakes and let the game squeak back a little bit. We had to put our people back in, but there's about 3 games there where we're in Pittsburgh, Kansas, playing backups in the fourth quarter, and the running backs that we have to step in for Mike are experienced kids. All 3 of those guys that we're counting on are very experienced. We have a 4th kid in Trey Brown who hadn't played, but he's good, and so we're going to have good running back play. Certainly, a lot of those wideouts that we're counting on to step up for the inexperience. Those guys have played, in mop-up stuff, and they've had experience. The O-line, that's where it's a little bit inexperienced, but I think they're going to be talented. I think that group, place per place, athletically, strength-wise, everything can be as effective as that last group. It's just the experience level and the communication level of that last year's group is just so hard to replace.
For the last decade, Missouri Western football has been near the top, consistency. Now you've got the target on your back. How different is coming into this year?
I don't know that we've never have, even though we get picked 1 this year, I don't think the target happens more. I think we've always had it. I think that people see us as an opponent that is good, and I think people that when the supposed top 5, and it looks like to me there's 2 others that you can throw in there a little bit, when they beat a program that's considered in that group, it's a big win. And if you're not in that group, beating one of those teams is a big win. So we've already had it anyway. I don't think we're going to be looking at it that way. I think we're just going to be trying to play. I think those experienced football players we have in certain spots have to play like experienced football players, and they've got to be leaders. And that's going to be the biggest thing we're pushing for in that first week.
Off topic now, life was very different for you a year ago. Where I'm going with this is there was no Jerry Partridge on Twitter, and now you're on Twitter and you tweet a lot. Do you like Twitter?
I don't think I tweet a lot.
I think you do.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
I tweet about once a day, maybe.
That's very consistent.
Well, I think it'll go downhill as the Royals season dwindles down. I won't tweet as much. But
I was going to ask, you're more about Royals tweets in the summer.
Royals, Christianity, motivational. I'll retweet Coach K every once in a while. Sometimes I'll have people conversate with me. There's general things about Missouri Western, that happen, and probably when the season gets going, recruiting-wise, you want to tweet about that kind of stuff and have that out there a little bit.
Well, that was going to be my question. Do you actually ban yourself from Twitter when the season starts, just to keep your eyes off of it?
No, because I think I need to watch our players. We got some very foolish tweeters, or however you even call it, guys that tweet, and so I have to talk to them. We got some very dramatic guys on that thing.
Not the head coach, though. He's not
No, I'm not
dramatic.
dramatic. I haven't been dramatic yet.
You've been okay.
Yeah,
Even with the Royals going up and down the roller coaster, you've been okay with that.
I don't know why, as a Cardinal fan, you're trying to turn this into the Cardinal thing, but it's not Cardinals. But
You started the Royals conversation. I didn't.
no, I said I tweet about the Royals. But no, I'm not near as fire Ned Yost, fire Dayton Moore. I don't do that. I believe in both of those guys.
Okay, well,
I've
let's.
stayed the course, as you well know.
I do know that we've had plenty of conversations off camera and in your office. But let's just talk about Missouri Western football from here on out. Good luck on the season. We'll talk to you much more.
All right.
That's head coach Jerry Partridge. That's your GSI exclusive. I'm Ryan Minley.